What's up, YouTube? It's your boy, Goo Up Don, and I'm back at y'all with another reaction video. Hey, man, say, man. Keith Lee done got this boy, Tenderism, in a lot of situational trouble, bro. They trying to say Mr. Tenderism is under some type of black contract with the white man, bro, but he ain't even white. So you know we got to get into this video, bro. Make sure y'all go ahead and like this video, hit the subscribe button, and turn on the post notifications, man. Let's go ahead and get into it.
Smokehouse drama has gotten worse. This new update is proven there's something very scandalous and shady going on behind the old man's back.
Man.
In our last video, we discussed how Keith Lee went to Destination Smokehouse to do a food review. At the end of the food review, he tried to link up with this old man from the viral videos. However, he couldn't meet up with the old man. Keith Lee documented himself going to the bank, pulling out a couple of $1,000s, then going back to the restaurant to give it to the old man, Walter. However, he was turned away, and he documented the entire thing. And this interaction at the end of the Keith Lee video brought a lot of hate and backlash to this restaurant. Before the video even gets started, I want to put y'all...
Absolute oxtail. But past oxtail, the standout is not only in my opinion is it extremely hard to get people engaged like that, to show your true personality, to be yourself, no matter how fast things take off in the space. I don't think he intended for it to go the way it's going. I think he just wants to show his love of food and his love of what it is that he's doing. I'm personally taking $5,000 out of my own bank, and we going to say happy holidays to So update.
I'll tell you one thing, bro. Hey, if I lose out on $5,000 because y'all wouldn't let somebody come in and give it to me, we fighting, bro. We scrapping. I'm telling you. It's just straight like that. I don't care who I gotta fight. I don't care if I'm 100-something years old. Hey, I'm gonna throw my last punch until my arm fall off. You made me lose $5 grand? Man, what?
We could not get to Unc. Security said it was over with for the day. They said that he was filming something. I believe he was filming a podcast.
He was doing a podcast, man.
We had $5,000 in cash.
That podcast, the way I would have said, just like this on podcast. Hold on.
They didn't take it, so we're not only gonna take this money and feed some people, but we just gonna do what we feel like we're supposed to do in the community. And as always, after this, I pray and hope that they continue to reach their target audience. God bless you. Have an amazing day. Y'all be safe.
Bro, this is the fans were upset that Keith Lee never got to meet the old man. They thought the restaurant was not hospitable to Keith Lee. So that was one set of the backlash. The other set of the backlash came from people who found out for the first time through this Keith Lee video this restaurant was not black owned. That led to think pieces on social media.
Finding out that
all right, hold on. I want to say something right quick. This is my whole thing, right? People be like, oh, man, I'm only supporting black-owned businesses. I'm only doing this. I'm only doing that if it's black-owned, black-owned, black-owned. All right, cool. But where all this energy be at when they first starting up and all that, right? I noticed, this is what I personally noticed. A lot of, like, black people only support businesses once they already up and booming. They don't support their friends or nothing like that when it's already up and coming. But why I gotta be about race too, though? Why not just support a business because you like the product or something like that? Like, I don't know. I feel like the black-owned thing is cool and all, but I feel like it's a little bit played out only because you should be supporting a business because you like it. Like, not really because of the race. But, I mean, you can do that, but I don't. If you get what I'm saying, you get what I'm saying, bro.
Tenderism destination.
You should just support it because you enjoy the product or enjoy the service.
In 2025. Especially people that talk about, well, me, as somebody that talks about generational trauma.
Like, you don't hear Caucasian people saying, I'm about to go support this Caucasian business.
The fact that this man was able to grow a business
we the only ones that
is exactly
do that,
what slaves did in this country. We picked cotton, we made the U.S. billions, and then they gave us our freedom, and now we're still fighting for reparations in 2025, while every other nationality...
Why are we fighting for reparations? Or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And we wasn't the ones that did it. Our ancestors was the ones that did it. How about we give the respect to our ancestors for their hard work, and let's go ahead and put in now the forefront of what they would have wanted us to do now. Why don't we do that? Why do we need the money and everything like that? How about we start building on what they gave us or what they allow us to touch and start using that now?
Has ever been wronged in this country has pretty much received some type of reparation.
In my original video,
not disagreeing with her though,
she was saying I called it nonsense, hogwash. Like, you don't, like Jared Fogle isn't old ownership because Jared Fogle did a masterful commercial for Subway. Jay from State Farm isn't old ownership from State Farm. When you do a successful commercial and become a face of a brand, you aren't really old ownership of that particular brand. Nah. That was my mindset.
That's just like Jake from State Farm. You think because he on every ad, he deserves,
that,
you know what I'm saying, some ownership?
That they're using and the ingredients is actually Walter's recipe for all the smokehouses. So if it's his recipe, I think ownership is deserved. They even came out and said they gave Walter ownership. Okay. But some more information has came out ever since, and I must say, man.
What's going on?
I gotta stop jumping to conclusions. Because something very shady is going on here. I want to say I owe a humble apology to all the people in the comment section who I call lunatics and unemployed weirdos, who was brave enough to say something that's going on here is making me uncomfortable. And my discernment is telling me that something is up. And I don't know what, but I just feel uncomfortable. I was wrong for saying y'all are crazy because the new information that has surfaced, y'all are 100% right to feel uneasy because I felt uneasy after learning this new information.
Well, get us so
in their response to Keith Lee, the restaurant and Walter and like everybody came out and said the Walter is an owner, that he's the owner of the restaurant. Keith Lee don't need to feel sorry for him. He don't need $4,000. He's an owner. He got big money.
So that everybody was just basically assuming that bro was rich because he's the owner. And then when they finally found out, oh shit, he's not the owner. Dang, he really probably needed that money. Oh, let's go ahead and attack the business. Come on, man.
Gassing up Walter and saying, yo, you are an owner of the restaurant. So I felt good for the old man. But the new information to come out would actually say the contrary.
So that's basically what I was doing.
And he didn't tell you who he was.
He didn't tell me who he was at first. He didn't tell me. So when he walked up, he told Gio.
And Gio didn't know.
And Gio didn't know.
Right.
So nobody knows.
When he came to me, he said, hey, I got this amount of money. I'm not going to disclose it. He said, I got this amount of money I want to give to to ask a couple of questions. So when I saw that, I was like, oh, man, he just like.
So, Keith Lee, you ain't say that, though, bro. You ain't say that, though. The dude said that Keith Lee came in and said, hey, I got this amount of money to give to to ask a couple of questions. Not just to give and go about your business. So Keith Lee more so wanted some type of like little interview that he could do for his content. But bro was busy doing that podcast that they said he was doing. Keith Lee ain't say all that, though, so keep that in mind, bro.
3,000 people that comes in here want to talk to hey, bro, they busy right now doing something. I told them what they was doing, and at first it was a little pushy about it. I was like, look, I don't know how long he's going to be. If you guys want to wait, you can. But, I'm not trying to be mean or nothing, but he's doing something right now, bro. I'm not going to go get him for a couple of questions.
Oh, so you gave Keith the opportunity, the option to wait, and he decided to leave?
Yeah, because I told him, I said, I don't know how long he's going to be, but if you want to wait,
that's kind of on him then a little bit.
That's fine.
Oh, okay. I get it.
There were some circumstances that happened after the fact with other people that he talked to that opened our eyes up to why he probably felt the way that he did. Even the way that he approached it, he didn't ask for anybody else. There's a lot of people visible on social media. To offer a tip to a business owner was crazy. That was the other thing too, is like he really thinks Walt is like this helpless guy who needs his help. How are you going to tip a business owner? Tip the whole...
What? Wait. Okay. I think I'm starting to see what bro getting at now, where he said it is kind of crazy. Okay, wait. Maybe I was jumping to conclusions. All right. Gang, you're out of pocket. And now I'm about to tell you why. Let me get on you right quick, bro. Hey. So you gonna sit right here and say Keith Lee was looking at him like he was hopeless? Are you serious? He was trying to give him a donation as his support. And you sitting right here talking about something. If he's a business owner. Why would you want to tip a business owner? I bet if that tip was coming to you, your ass would have took it though. You would have took that $5,000 tip. Who gonna decline a $5,000 tip just to answer probably 3 or 4 questions for a TikTok reel? Come on.
How you gonna tip the owner? Tip the whole staff? So that right there.
You wanted to share.
Walter is the owner of the Destination Smokehouse.
I was jumping to conclusions,
y'all.
y'all.
An attorney did her research, and what she found out is Walter may be getting exploited and taken advantage of on the business side of things.
Okay.
He don't got his ducks in a row.
Mr. Tenderism is in tender trouble. There are a total of 4 trademark applications pending for the word tenderism, and unfortunately, Mr. Tenderism is not an applicant on any of those applications.
That's a major red flag and something really wrong with that picture. Mr. Tenderism is literally his name and his catchphrase.
And they
so if you don't have an
application
in to own a trademark, but people around you do, that's a major problem. That's like a major issue.
They're trying to exploit,
and a red flag
bro.
That you should probably check.
Yeah, old man.
Because if people around you really love you, then they would help you apply. They won't be applying to own it for themselves.
Now, I'm Attorney Candace. Let's talk about what we can do to help save Mr. Tenderism's brand so he doesn't end up like Ain't She Mama.
We need proof, though.
Ain't She Mama on the syrup? She never got credit. Now, just as a recap for people who may not know Mr. Tenderism, he got his fame here on TikTok after doing videos showing his barbecue falling right off the bone, and he would say the word tenderism. All right, check it out.
That food is good in the mug, bro. Tenderness.
If you love new tech, but you don't want AI.
Now, social media has recently been in an uproar because the public has discovered Kenneth L. Harris has filed a trademark for the word tenderism.
He's a black attorney. He has nothing to do with Walter. He has nothing to do with tenderism. Yet he has a trademark out. Now, I don't know if he gave a statement or if people are just making this up. But what's going around is people are saying that he has stated that he filed the trademark so he could hold it for Walter, which I'm like.
If y'all believe that, y'all crazy as hell. If y'all believe that. If y'all genuinely believe that they're doing it to hold it for him, okay. Okay, bro.
All right, buddy. All right, like put that next to the bridge you're trying to sell us. All right, but yeah, he has nothing to do with Destination Smokehouse.
That don't even make sense.
He's just an independent attorney who filed for this trademark.
And so the public is feeling like, hey, someone's trying to steal Mr. Tenderism's brand. Now, Mr. Harris did make a statement on TikTok basically saying he's a black man. He wasn't trying to steal tenderism, but he knew or he feared that other people would try to steal it. So he trademarked it first. He's an attorney. Mr. Kenneth Harris is an attorney. He trademarked it first. He's been trying to get in contact with Mr. Tenderism.
So, I don't mean to keep pausing, but I got to really understand it and get y'all to understand, Goo Out Family. So, a random attorney, just filed for the trademark to go ahead and give it to him. That don't make sense. Either A, he's going to sell it to him for a nice, good price. Or B, the owner of the actual company of the smokehouse got the attorney to do it, just made sure there was no ties between them, and now he's going to pass it off to the owner. If they do that, that's the most grimiest thing of life. I'm trying to tell you that's grimy, bro.
Ownership to him, but he's been unsuccessful. Now, the other thing is, when I did my little deep dive in legal research, Kenneth is not the only one who has filed a trademark. Now, Mr. Harris filed his trademark for the word tenderism in 2 different classes. He filed that as early as November 16th, 2025. But subsequently, we have a whole separate person who has filed for a trademark. And guess who that is?
The owner.
Now, we've all heard of the restaurant Destination Smokehouse.
Uh-huh.
But when you check the trademark records, there's a separate company called Diamond Smokehouse who filed subsequent trademarks after attorney Kenneth Harris.
Now, follow this.
Okay.
White folks are brilliant, bruh. So
I'm listening.
Walter is now going around thinking he's an owner of Destination Smokehouse, right?
Uh-huh.
He has some ownership in Destination Smokehouse. However, the trademark was filed under another corporation called Diamond Smokehouse, which we would assume Walter has no ownership in because Walter isn't listed on any of the paperwork.
Nah.
What a lot of folks believe is
Smokehouse.
They are letting Walter know, bro, you are an owner. You know, this is your business too, under Destination
Meanwhile,
Smokehouse.
taking his whole identity on some shit.
And they probably did that so Walter won't see any red flags when they go ahead and proceed to apply to own the trademark of Walter's name.
They're trying to own his identity, just like I said. Just like I said. They trying to own his identity, bro. That's weird.
Business that I have ownership in, not knowing that trademark was filed for another corporation that you have no stake in whatsoever.
And so inquiring minds are probably thinking, well, who is Diamond Smokehouse? Because the white boy we see on TikTok with Mr. Walt, Mr. Tenderism, his company is called Destination Smokehouse. But you know, we do thorough research around here. So let's figure out who owns Diamond Smokehouse. Now, when I did my research on the California Secretary of State site, when you search Diamond Smokehouse, the owner, as you can see below, is Nicholas Yapriman. Okay? Now, let's go search for Destination Smokehouse and see, is it the same owner? All right, so when you pull the formal paperwork for Destination Smokehouse, you can see the name at the top. In the section that says officers, you see the same name, Nicholas Yapirian. So we conclude that Diamond Smokehouse, who filed the trademark for Tenderism, is owned by Nicholas, who also owns Destination Smokehouse. Now, there are some statements going around on social media that, hey, Mr. Tenderism actually is a business owner with Nicholas, and he owns a portion of...
That's cap. Even, bro, in the video, he was like, he don't. Because I seen something on Instagram, bro. It was like another clip of them when they was having that little podcast interview. He was like, well, like, can't really disclose anything because that's more so on the personal side. But just know that he is somewhat a owner of the company. He has some type of share in the company.
That's cap, nigga. As we can see from the official paperwork, that is not true. Walt, Mr. Tenderism, he's not listed on any of the formal
He's not in nothing.
The only way he would have an ownership
and they stealing bro identity
in the company is if they transferred ownership shares of the corporation to him, and it would have to be memorialized in writing, some type of contract. He would have to receive the shares, things like that. I'm willing to bet that has
it ain't nothing.
Now,
ain't none of that.
The other thing that comes into play before we get to a resolution is this. The employee-employer relationship is always important when it comes to who owns the intellectual property. Typically, when you work for an employer as their employee, what you produce in your day-to-day duties as a part of your employment belongs to the corporation, the employer. Okay? However, if you are an independent contractor, the same is not so. Now, from what I've seen in these videos, from what my intuition is saying, there is no employee-employer relationship. It looks like Mr. Tenderism is an independent contractor. Okay. And if that is the case, then Destination Smokehouse, Diamond Smokehouse, what are any of the Destination Smokehouse's affiliate companies, they have no ownership in Mr. Tenderism's intellectual property.
He his own business.
None at all. Yeah. He's an independent contractor.
Exactly. Right? Okay.
But obviously, we would need more facts and information to fully clarify that.
Wow.
That makes sense, though.
Wow, bruh. Now, worst case scenario here, I'm talking about worst case scenario, Walter owns nothing. Walter probably got like a revenue share. He got a percentage of the revenue, for example.
For the year or something like that.
20% revenue share is not the same as 20% ownership in a business. Like, for example, if let's say, I don't know, I get like an editor, right? And I tell the editor, hey, I'll give you 20% of the business revenue. He has a 20% revenue share. Now, he might go around saying, man, I'm not no employee. I get a percentage of the revenue. Nah, I'm a part. Nah, I'm an owner. You're not an owner. You have percentage of the revenue. So I think Walter, probably not knowing any better, is getting revenue share and thinking he's the owner.
So if he is getting a revenue share, that means all he's getting is just a split of the profit. When it's actually time to either sell the company or expand the company and then anything like in that nature, he X'd out. Unfortunately, he X'd out. He not getting nothing.
When they look at the paperwork, no, buddy. Like, you're nowhere to be. No, certain, buddy. It's not that. Okay, it's not that at all. Not only that, but them folks about to own your name.
That's what I'm saying. They stealing bro whole identity. I don't think y'all really getting that.
Leave this corporation. Understand that, bro. Now, obviously, that's probably done to protect their business. Right, because if he takes Mr. Tenderism and the brand and the catchphrase and the everything, and he takes that brand to another smokehouse. Now, guess what? He's making that smokehouse bigger than right. So I could see why they're doing it that way. But man,
it's grimy though. Yeah,
I couldn't have been any more wrong.
It's grimy though.
The way that Mr. Tenderism can protect his brand, regardless of the current trademarks that are filed for the word Tenderism, is he needs to copyright and trademark his likeness. Okay, just like we bought the Ain't She Mama syrup because the black woman was on there, a pretty wholesome looking black woman. It looked like she knew how to get down in the kitchen. The same way we bought that syrup because of her likeness being on the bottle, Mr. Tenderism could have the same effect. The only difference is we want Mr. Tenderism to own it, okay? So the way he would protect his likeness and his image is to find his favorite photo of himself, something similar to this, where he got the hat on and everything and the mustache and all the things that we know him for, and copyright it and trademark it, right? And this way, this will solidify his particular brand regardless of the word Tenderism being going through a trademark.
Because basically anything that got his face on it, he could be like, hey, that's me. I need a split of that. Yeah, you got my word, but you don't got my face. Hey, Shawty, you smart.
Because you know what? He could slap his photo of himself on any products and we would buy it because now we know, okay, this is his product. This is him. Okay, he can slap his photo on barbecue sauce, a logo anything. For his own restaurant, just like KFC, just like McDonald's. When we see KFC, when we see the old white man with the gray beard and all that, we know it's KFC. Okay? And he could do the same thing with his own restaurant, and that is how he would save his brand.
Right now, where he's at,
hey, she's smart. Hey,
there's a lot of venture capitalists.
Hey, so hey, I appreciate you. You smart. You one of the ones.
Business with Mr. Tenderism and start his own restaurant. Like, yo, he won't have to spend a dime of his own money. Yo, my only issue in the last video was you're telling this man to leave people who's been loyal and good to him. Well, now that it's coming out, they may not have been as loyal or good to him as we thought. It might be time to shake, man. All right, let me know in the comment section, what do you guys think about this?
Facts, man. Let me know down in the comments what y'all opinions is, because I ain't gonna lie, this situation's starting to get a little crazy, man. Hopefully we get some more updates, man. Some good things, not bad things. I don't want the negative. I want some more positive, you feel me? Hopefully the old man, Mr. Tenderism, hopefully he getting treated right on the business end, man, for real. But make sure y'all go ahead and like this video and comment. Subscribe if you want to. I don't really care. But turn on them post notifications. We on the road to 500 subscribers, baby. And we rolling, Guwap family. I love y'all, man, for real. I really do. I really do. But I'm out of here. Peace.